Star Wars actress Daisy Ridley has swapped space for the seas in her latest Disney adventure. The Young Woman and the Sea focuses on the real-life inspirational story of the first woman to cross the English Channel back in 1926, with Daisy starring as the historic Gertude Ederle. Fleabag star Sian Clifford stars as Trudy's swimming trainer Charlotte, while Stephen Graham takes on the role of Bill Burgess, who keeps track of Trudy's progress through her perilous journey across the Channel. Speaking at the film's UK gala in London, Daisy revealed she didn't know much about Trudy, and that's why she's so keen to tell her story.
The most interesting thing was that she swam the Channel and I didn't know, first woman to do so. That was really, when I got to the end of the script, I thought, how on earth do we not know that? How is this not taught? How have we not heard about her more? How had she had the biggest parade ever in New York history for a returning athlete, never to be repeated again in those numbers, and we still don't know about her? So all of that was a discovery, including actually the fact that her sister created the first bikini and it's in a museum in the US. But it's wonderful to be telling the story now. I just really loved the script. I love telling all sorts of stories about women. Telling a true story about someone that really did something unbelievable is particularly wonderful. And the response is amazing for all young people who want to try something, who don't want to feel deterred, who are trying to figure out how to achieve the thing they want to achieve. There's so much in it to love.
Never one to do anything by halves, Daisy was thrown quite literally in the deep end to learn how to swim in open water, and she revealed how she often felt she wasn't up for the challenge.
I mean, there were many times where I thought with the swimming, and I really had to look at it as a bite-sized challenge. Each day was a new thing to overcome, be it physically, a race that we were doing that took a whole day, and sprinting in the water, or the big swim at the end, which was every time I got back in and it was cold and it was difficult, again I just said one more stroke. That was what I was thinking, one more stroke. Because I think if I had thought about the whole thing it would have been too much. But when you're thinking about piece by piece, that's how you build the brick wall, I guess.
Meanwhile, producer Jerry Bruckheimer has been pushing for The Young Woman and the Sea for almost a decade, and he revealed why he was so driven in telling Trudy's story.
Well, it's somebody who should be remembered. She did an amazing feat. She's an inspirational story. She's an inspiration for families and kids and everything. People should see this movie. Look, it's the highest testing movie I've ever made. So audiences love this film. I promise you'll laugh, you'll cry when you walk out of this movie. You'll have a great time.
Someone reuniting with Bruckheimer is director Joachim Rønning, who confessed he didn't feel too panicked about Daisy taking to the water.
No, I'm too stressed to be nervous when I'm out there, because I kind of want her. It's so cold, it's like 15, 16 degrees in the water. She has no wetsuit on. I honestly don't think a lot of people, actors, no actors, men or women, could do what she did. Like week after week we were out there and never complaining, never always like asking, did you get it? Her lips blue, So channeling Trudy Ederle, and I really feel it informed us a little bit in how to do this. Any endeavor with like lots of people and ambitions, and it's always going to be like any movie is going to be challenging, and but yes, when you put it on the water and the real ocean and all of that, it adds a complexity to it, definitely. But for me, it's also a very rewarding process. I love being out there, and it's hard and stressful, and you have all of these balls, and you're exposed to the weather and the currents, and you put Daisy Ridley in the water, and suddenly she's like 200 yards down because she gets sucked away by the current, and it's like you're trying to juggle all of these things and keeping her away from the propellers, and and at the same time see her face. So it is challenging, but I really feel that this was important to be as close to the real story as we could, and I'm hoping that the audience somehow will feel it, that we were out there and we did it. We were not out there risking our lives, but we were out there doing it as real as we could.
Sian Clifford was quick to praise her heroic co-star and shared how they bonded over the often uncomfortable scenes.
Oh, we had a great time. We had a really, really great time. We've become great friends, and a lot of laughs. There's some scenes that were in this. It looks like, you know, this underground swimming pool, and it's absolutely stunning. But it was baking hot. I can't tell you. I had to keep it hot so the girls could stay in the water, and we were like prudes coming out there. But it was, we had an absolute blast. I really loved making this film.
For more red carpet stories and entertainment news, check out virginradio.co.uk.